If you've set up your chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online and now you're realizing that something needs to be changed, maybe an account is in the wrong spot, or you need to rename it, or you just plain set it up wrong, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to change your chart of accounts step by step so that your reports stay clean and accurate. First things first, let's go to our chart of accounts. So from our dashboard here in QuickBooks, let's click on the gear icon up in the top right, and then we'll click on chart of accounts. Okay, now this here is where we can access all of our accounts that we have in QuickBooks. Now let's say you were in too big of a hurry when you entered the office supplies category and it actually says off-sea supplies. No problem. Just scroll down and find the account. And now over on the far right, we're going to click on the drop-down arrow and then click Edit. Here in the account name field, we'll correct the word to the right spelling and we'll click Save in the bottom right. Now, maybe you set something up in the wrong bucket. For example, you put your loan in as an expense when it really should be a liability. So let's find our loan account and let's click on the drop-down arrow and click Edit. And let's click on the account type field and change it to long-term liabilities. Now, QuickBooks is going to warn us that changing the type or detail type of an account may affect your accounting and reporting. And it's going to ask us if we're sure we want to do this. So we're going to click Yes. And now QuickBooks will reclassify our loan account so that our reports will now make sense. We can also edit our detail type here. Honestly, this one's less critical, but we can adjust it here to the type that makes the most sense. And always remember to click Save. By the way, if you'd rather not mess with all of this at all, and you just want clean, accurate books handed to you every month, that's exactly what I do for my clients. I'll drop a link in the description of this video if you'd like to connect. Now back to the walkthrough. What about sub-accounts? What if you want to make a new sub-account or remove a sub-account? Let's look at both. Let's say you already have a main account for general supplies to be used around your shop and your office, but you want to track things a little more closely. Maybe you'd like to see how much you're spending on office supplies versus shop supplies. Here's how to set that up. Let's click on New Account and let's enter the name Shop Supplies. Now let's choose the account type as Expenses and the detail type. Now, instead of leaving this as a main account, let's check this box that says make this a sub-account. And then we'll pick supplies as the parent account. And if we look down in the preview section, we'll see that shop supplies is now nested right under supplies. So let's click Save. Now, if you remember, we already have an account set up for our office supplies. So let's locate that account. And let's click on the drop-down arrow and click Edit. Now let's check the box here to make this a sub-account. And again, select supplies as the parent account. And now if we check out our preview, it shows that our office supplies as well as our shop supplies are now grouped together as sub-accounts of our parent account supplies. So we can click Save. And now we have successfully added and edited those sub-accounts. Now, what if you had something set up as a sub-account before, but you've decided that instead of it being a sub-account, it should actually stand on its own as a main account instead? That's a really simple fix. So let's say we don't want this shop supplies sub-account that we just created to be a sub-account anymore. Let's click on the drop-down arrow on the right and click Edit. And now let's uncheck this box here that says make this a sub-account. And now we can see here that this is now a standalone account. And we can click Save in the bottom right. Now, what if you have accounts that you don't use anymore? How do you get rid of those? We can't actually delete those accounts, but we can make them inactive. So you'd find the account that you want to get rid of and click the little drop-down arrow on the right of it. And here we'll choose Make Inactive. Now, QuickBooks is going to give us a pop-up here to make sure we want to deactivate this account. So let's click Yes, Make Inactive. Now that account disappears from our active list. Now, what if you had something set up as a sub-account before, but you've now decided that you don't really need that level of detail? Let's say you set up Internet as a sub-account under Utilities, but now you'd rather have everything just roll up into Utilities. Not a problem. Let's locate our sub-account. We're going to click the drop-down and click Make Inactive. And then here on the pop-up, let's click Yes, Make Inactive. Now here's something that might come up for you when you're making an account inactive. I'm going to show it to you on this other sub-account under Utilities. Since we're wanting everything to roll up into Utilities and not have it itemized out into sub-accounts, we'll probably want to make this telephone sub-account inactive as well, right? So let's go through those steps. We're going to click the drop-down arrow. We're going to click Make Inactive. Yes, Make Inactive. But we have a problem. QuickBooks did not deactivate this account like we wanted them to do. It gives us some troubleshooting situations to figure out why our account wasn't deactivated like we wanted it to be. It could have been a non-zero balance. It might be one of the default accounts used in your chart of accounts, or it might be being used in an automated workflow. In our example, I know it's the last option here. This sub-account is being used in a recurring bill. So we'll need to go edit that bill or delete it so that we can go ahead and make this sub-account inactive. So let's X off of this pop-up. You'll notice here at the top, it's going to warn us again that that account was not deactivated. We already know that, QuickBooks, but thank you. And let's go edit that recurring bill. So let's click on the gear icon in the top right And here under lists, we're going to click on recurring transactions. Now here we can see our telephone bill here in the recurring transactions. So if we click edit here on the right to open it up, we'll see that our sub-account telephone is being used here, which is why we couldn't deactivate this account. So let's X off of this and go over here to the right of this transaction and click on the drop down arrow. And here we're going to click delete. And we're going to verify by clicking yes. Okay, great. That transaction is now deleted. So let's go back to our chart of accounts. Let's go to the gear icon again, and this time click on chart of accounts. Now let's find our sub account again and go over to the right of it and click the drop down arrow. And let's try again to make this account inactive. Yes, make inactive, and success. Now, what if you accidentally made the wrong account inactive? Or maybe sometime down the road you decide you want to see one of those old accounts again. How would you do that? Great question. We're going to go up here to the far right and click on this gear icon underneath new account. And here in our settings, we want to go down here and check this box beside include inactive. And over here on the left, we can now see those accounts that we just made inactive. Right now, it's only showing the accounts under utilities because that's what's in the search bar right now. But if we delete that, we can now scroll through and see any accounts that are active or that are inactive. The ones that are inactive will have the deleted in parentheses beside the account name. If we want this account active again, we'll just go over here to the right of it and we'll click make active. And it comes right back into play. Now, what if you ended up with duplicate accounts? For example, what if you have office supplies and office expenses? Or what if you forgot you already had an account set up for your legal fees under legal fees, and you set up another account called lawyer? What do we do about that? Well, we can merge the two together. So choose the account that you want to keep, click the drop down arrow and click edit. And now let's copy exactly what is in the account name field. And we're going to X out of this, and let's go back to the account that we want to merge into this one. And click on the drop down arrow beside that one and click edit. And let's go up here to the account name again, but this time let's delete out what's currently in that field and paste in exactly the same name as the one that we want to merge this one with. And let's go to the bottom and click save. And now QuickBooks is going to give us a pop-up message here up at the top asking us if we want to merge those two accounts. So let's click yes, merge accounts, and then click save. And now QuickBooks has combined all the history into one account and made the other account inactive. Now, if your business likes more structure, you can turn on account numbers. So to do that, let's click on the gear icon and go to Accountant Settings. And here, let's go to the Advanced tab. And here in the Chart of Accounts section, let's click Edit. And let's toggle on account numbers here and check this box and then click Save. And down at the bottom right, we're going to click Done. Once account numbers are enabled, back here in our Chart of Accounts, we can now see a column that is for account numbers. So we can click on the drop down arrow to the right of any of these and click on edit. And now here in the top right corner, we have a field where we can add our account number. Now, if you don't want to have to click into every single account to add a number to it, we can go up here to the top and click on this pencil icon. And now we can batch edit multiple accounts at once. So we can go over here and add our account numbers, or we can go through and fix capitalization to make things look cleaner, or update our names in bulk. Just finish making your edits and then at the top right, hit save. This is a great way to go through and tidy up your accounts all at once. Want to make sure nothing slips through the cracks each month? Grab my free end of month checklist. It's a simple step-by-step checklist to keep your books clean and accurate. Check out the link in the description of this video.